Hello, my name is Kathleen Kozak, or Kate Kozak, and I am the teacher of Math 140 online course that you're taking. I would like to show you how to access the course. So I'm going to first share my screen. And this is what the course will look like when you first come into Math 140 online. So when you're in here, you're going to see a few things you can go into. One thing is to start here. Course welcome. Then there's some modules that you can also go to and some other information for you. The syllabus has a direct link. There's some more resources that would be useful for you. And then this Zoom question and answer session is actually a link to my office hours. This toolbar right here is the course toolbar. And this is where you can access different things that the course has available to you. This one over here is the Canvas toolbar. So you want to be able to access both of those. Canvas toolbar can get you to the calendar and to the email inbox and so forth. And there's another thing it can take you to. I'll show you that in a little bit. When you go into this, first thing I would start is with start here, course module, and course welcome, sorry. When you're in here, each of these course welcomes or course modules has tabs that you can go through and look at. You probably already found the navigation video because you're in it right now, but you could click on that and see a navigation video of this. You can go into the syllabus. The syllabus will actually open in a separate window so you can access back and forth between these. And so you can see your syllabus. I would download this and make sure you read through the whole syllabus. I'm also going to have an introduction where you can just introduce yourself to the class. I've introduced myself to the class. You can do the same thing. Again, it opens in a separate window. Then every module has a conclusion. So every module has the same structure of where you have these different tabs you can go through, kind of a start here, which is the welcome in this one, and a conclusion. Then you click on next to go to the next module. In this case, the next module is an orientation module that you need to complete before the end of the first week, actually the end of Friday, the first week. So make sure you go through this, again, go through every single one of these tabs to see what information you have to go through and work through. These are different activities to help you learn how to do things in this course and where things are. Then if you click on next, you will then go to kind of the structure of the course. This is kind of what I'm talking about. This course actually has a college mathematics portion of it, which is the main course that you're trying to get, which gives you college math credit, and also has an algebra review lessons. So we basically what this course does is it has the college level mathematics course and it has the algebra review kind of that you do need at the same time. So you're going to want to go through and look at both of these, look at all of these different tabs to see what's going on. There are, for the algebra review, you will be doing groups. If you click on this, it will tell you how to click and sign up for groups. There's actually a click here. You can click on this, and then you can pick the group you want to do. Right now, there's different groups that are available. Final exam, you don't need to click on those yet, but you're going to want to find the group you want to do. You're going to look at lesson group work, worksheet group work 1, and there's different groups you can join. Pick one. It doesn't really matter which one it is. I usually find the students who sign up early, pick the first group, and then those students worked well together. So just pick a group you want to work into. I also have the midterm exam to sign up for those, but again, you don't need to do those yet, and those are not actually ready to be signed up for. Going back to our module that we were in, you can also click on modules over here to find exactly the module you want to. So you have to start at the beginning next to each one. We were on the structure of the course one. So I can click on the structure of the course. And we did the sign up the groups and then a conclusion here. The next one will take you to the very first lesson we're going to work on. This is lesson A. This is the algebra material that you need to work on. You're going to see in here, you're going to have an introduction. You're going to have a video you have to go watch. So you just go in, open that one up. Again, it opens in a separate window. You're going to watch those videos. It's basically a quiz you have to go through. And then there's group work. That's that group you just signed up for. This is where you will work on the group work. Again, I will show you kind of how to work on that a little bit better This is actually the assignment you would do to turn it in. One person in the group has to turn it in, but we will look at how do you actually work on that group work here in a moment. Then there's homework for each one of the lessons. The homework is using a program called Derivata. So you just go through, click on start, go through doing that. In the orientation video, orientation module, this actually is a Derivata homework assignment practice one to get you used to how to type things into Derivata. There's also a quiz that has to be taken on each one. And again, it's in Derivata. Unlike the homework, the quizzes have to be started and ended at in the same time period. Homework you can come back and forth into, but the quiz you need to start and finish it at the same time in one session. By the way, I should mention with the Derivata, you have a trial for 13 days. You do need to pay for Derivata. You don't need to pay for the book because it's free. But if you want to pay for the, you have to pay for Derivata. And then again, each one has a conclusion. If you hit next, it takes you to the very next thing you have to do, which is lesson Bs. Again, go through all of those. Click on next, and then it will get you to the statistics, the chapter 1. So the chapters are the college mathematics material. The lessons are the algebra review material. And again, there's different tabs you can click on here. There's one that talks about why we do statistics. There's another one that talks about, has kind of a link to the chapter of the textbook. The textbook is an open source book. You can actually click directly on this, and these will take you directly to that open source textbook. You can download this or read it directly online. There's smartboard notes, videos. Basically, we used smartboards in previous classes, and we made videos to go with those smartboard notes. So you can look and see how things go. There's also homework in the book. That homework that's in the book, we actually have videos for certain problems in there to help you understand how to do the material on that also. So you want to watch those. And there's also a study guide. This is just kind of a study guide of topics you should know from these two chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. It will download onto your computer. The homework again is through Derivata. So you would go through and do that. Homework again, you can do start and stop as you need to before the due date. Then there's also a question and answer discussion that you need to participate in. This is where you will write questions of comments of things you don't understand, concepts you don't understand, or you will answer people's concepts you don't understand. We find that helping somebody and explaining things to somebody actually helps you learn more than you would know. So it actually reinforces your learning to actually go in and help somebody else with a comment they don't understand. It also helps you learn if you ask a question and somebody else comes and answers that. So there's a due date for that also. So you need to make sure you go through those discussions. Then after you've done the homework and the discussions, there is a quiz again through Derivata. Well, the first chapter 1 is actually a worksheet you have to work through, and you would just download this one and then upload it. The rest of them are all in just Derivata homework. There is a critical thinking project. This one is actually over chapters 1 and 2. So you'll go through and work on this. This is actually where you look at the project, do the project, work on it. This is a discussion where you will post your first draft into that, and then you need to go in and give constructive criticism to, or constructive comments to other students in the class based on their critical thinking project. So, and then it's due later on. And then there is a required Zoom visit where you need to actually meet with me during my office hours. I've given you my office hours. If these do not work, let me know and we will find a better time that works for you and me. Once you come in during my office hours, you just click on the Zoom button over here. And then you can then access my office hours, just join those. And as long as it's during those hours that we're on that listing, you'll be able to find me in my office hours. And then again, each chapter has a conclusion. And then you would go next to go to the next lesson. In this case, we do lessons A and B, and then we start alternating chapters and lessons from here on out for the rest of the semester. There's also a, if I go to modules, there's also, when you go through all those, you'll see that there's a module that is your midterm exam. So this midterm module, you would actually sign up for the exam to take it in person, either with me or with a proctor at some point. And then I would give you the midterm exam. And then, so you either come to campus and take it with me, or you'll find a proctoring site somewhere else to take that. The same thing with the final exam. So there are 2 proctored tests in this class, midterm and final. A couple other things I wanted to point out to you is on this main page, there is again a link to the syllabus. There's a link directly to the modules here. There are more resources you can also go into. These give you the textbook, another place to get things. Gives you information on how to get to Desmos instead of renting a graphing calculator or buying a graphing calculator. You can use Desmos. If you want to rent a graphing calculator, you can also do that. And then there's other links here to information. So you can use those. There's a guide to remote learning. So these will help you to kind of learn how to be an online student. And then again, there's a link to my office hours. This link here will go directly to the office hours instead of clicking on the Zoom link over here. There are other links in the toolbar over here. The course toolbar has the syllabus, the modules, assignments and quizzes and so forth, and your grades, and you can go find out what your grades are. So you can click on grades and see how you're doing in class. And this will give you all your grades and what your grade is. Make sure you pay attention to your total and your grade up here, because that's really what the grade is that you have that you want to look at in the course. All right, so one last thing I want to just show you is how you actually work with the groups. So when you're in here, you're going to see also in the Canvas toolbar, there's a link to your groups. You can actually click on that or go straight to the group that you signed up for. I can't do that as a teacher, so I'm going to go in a different way. I can also go in through people, and then you can also find it that way if you want to. And I just want to show you what that group section looks like. So this is what you would get into when you click on that groups. Again, as a teacher, I don't see that. There is another module for a toolbar for this group section. It's got announcements. It's got the people. You can see who's in your group. It has discussions. I actually will create discussions for each one of the lessons. So you can talk about things in this. You can talk about how to solve the problems. You can talk about how you want to go through the process. You can talk about the different ideas. I will post this about a week before the assignments due, so that you can start working on it. You want to work on it throughout the week and not just wait till the day it's due, because you're supposed to be collaborating. You can also go into collaborations, and in collaborations, you're going to see where you can link into the group work lesson. Right now, you can't go there because I haven't actually, nobody's actually in this yet, but you can get into there and see what it looks like. When you click on that lesson, a Google Doc will open up. You can do all your work directly on this Google Doc. You would go through this lesson. All of them will be kind of the same structure of just a Google Doc. You can go and answer, put your answers in as you go through. And the nice thing about Google Docs is you will be logged in, and so I'll be able to see who did what work in this Google Doc. If you want to put this in a ratio in simplest form and you want to actually, let's do one that's a fraction. Let's say I want to make something into a fraction. Just want to show you how you can do that. So if I want to make this into a fraction, I can actually click here. Under insert, I can insert an equation. And now you're going to notice I now have a toolbar up here that lets me pick different Greek letters, different symbols, the multiplication symbol, division symbol, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and fractions, radicals, and so forth. So you can just click on the fraction, then you can start typing 5 and then hit the down arrow. I'm sorry, not the down arrow, the left and right arrow. That will take you to the next place. So if you're up here at 5, hit the right arrow, it takes you to the bottom, and you can type in your bottom value. That's, by the way, not the right answer, but I just wanted to show you how you can do that. and then you can delete this. You can also, I don't think I have any in this one, but you can double click on graphs and draw in those graphs directly on your Canvas in your Google Doc. So I just wanted to show you those things. That is the structure of our course. This is how the course is designed. And please let me know if you have any questions, and we will have a great semester.